Good evening. As the final complainant in the sexual assault trial of Frank Stronach took the stand today, the number of complainants dropped by one.
The Crown announced plans to withdraw a charge linked to the woman who had a contentious day on the stand on Thursday, ending with her receiving medical attention. CTV's Allison Hurst has been covering the trial and joins us live with the latest. Allison.
Nathan, that's exactly right. As you mentioned, that this charge was in relation to the complainant who was testifying at the end of last week, that day on Thursday, when court was ended early, and the Crown had also previously dropped the other charge. The number of complainants in this sexual assault case has dropped to 6. The Crown announced their intention to withdraw the second charge linked to the 6th complainant, saying there is no longer a reasonable prospect of conviction. On Friday, a day the trial wasn't sitting, the Crown received police notes about that woman's 2006 police report that hadn't been seen before because they were filed under the police officer's maiden name. The defense says they directly contradict what she said on the stand and asked Ontario Superior Court Justice Anne Malloy to grant a not guilty verdict in relation to that charge, saying her client has earned it. Malloy says she'll deal with it after the Crown finishes presenting evidence and the final complainant took the stand. This businesswoman cannot be identified but says the incident happened between 1982 and 83. The complainant testified about going to dinner with Stronach, and after, he took her to see his harborfront apartment. She says they sat on the couch. He poured a drink and then tried to kiss her. I kind of rebuffed him and said to him, "I'm not here for that. That's not what I came here for." She stepped out of the witness box to explain that he pulled her into another room, a small room with what she described as a cot. The first thing he does is he lays down and drags me on top of him, and then he quickly moves himself so his back is against the wall and I'm flat on my back on the bed. The complainant testified he tried to kiss her and pull her dress up. She says she told him no and claims it was like a tug of war between the two of them over lifting her dress. I'm trying to push his hand down and then he breaks out of the hold, pulls up my dress and pulls at the crotch, and then he just keeps ripping and ripping and ripping until there was nothing left on the front of the pantyhose except the waistband. The woman testified at that point he climbed on top of her. "I'm paralyzed. I'm just like, I'm done here. I can't escape. He's pinned me down. He's ripped my pantyhose to shreds." She claims she lay there, hands by her side, waiting for it to be over. "I was flat on my back and I just remember the tears rolling down my face, into my hair. I remember him grunting on top of me. I remember him thrusting on top of me." The complainant says after he was done, she went to the bathroom. "What was your emotional state?" asked the Crown. "I was absolutely destroyed. I was crying, I was shaking, I was incredibly upset," the complainant replied. She testified afterwards he insisted on driving her home and she sobbed the whole way. Stronach has pleaded not guilty to all charges. The defense has yet to begin its cross-examination. The trial continues tomorrow. Reporting live, I'm Allison Hurst. Nathan, back to you.
Thank you, Allison.